Bitcoin, where are we in the rally? Are we overbought yet? No, nowhere near overbought. So you guys are like, when's the top? When do I sell? Calm the fuck down. Cycle tops finder. This spells calm the fuck down all over it. Just hold, do nothing, stop PTSDing. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, I'm going to lose.
In a recent episode of Journeyman with Raoul Pal, Raoul Pal shares insights into how global liquidity and potential Federal Reserve rate cuts could influence Bitcoin's price movement. He discusses his prediction of Bitcoin reaching $100,000 and examines the role of central bank policies in shaping the cryptocurrency market. At the time of this discussion, Bitcoin is trading at approximately $90,000, reflecting a 1% increase in the past 24 hours and a 37% surge over the last 30 days.
Stop. You don't have time. Don't miss out this 2025 bull run. Educate yourself first ahead of the crowd. We have created the ultimate step-by-step crypto cheat guide that will guide you this bull run. Unlock the secrets of crypto and make smarter investments today. Now by clicking on the link below to get your exclusive copy just under $10.
The one that matters. We've started the banana zone. You can see it breaking out on the chart. We ain't even accelerated yet. Lots more to come. It's Banana City lies ahead in the banana zone. Elon sending a fucking rocket to Mars with bananas on it. What more do you need? We've got the institutions buying. We've got the ETFs. We've got regulations changing. Chill the fuck out. Do nothing. Hold your bag. If you're new to the game, get in now. Don't wait too late, because too late will be too late. So just do your best. This, my friends, is the banana zone. This is when we've had 8 months of consolidation. You've all lost your fucking minds. And then the simple God candle arrives. And suddenly we feel good. Lord Vishnu blesses us with the God candle. And we can all go about our business thinking we're the smartest people in the world. But we're not really. It's actually driven by global liquidity. You've all seen this chart before. Every time global liquidity breaks out, it goes through this consolidation pattern. As liquidity tightens, it breaks out. Crypto breaks out with it. Now, global liquidity is contracting right now, but it did break out to a new high. It's expected to break out going forwards, and I'll show you that in a second. So we're at the point where crypto does really well, which is the banana zone. Crypto follows global liquidity. Does it really well? It's got an 87.5% correlation. Global liquidity is forecast by our models at Global Macro Investor to keep going forward. Global liquidity comes in these seasons: spring, summer, fall, winter. Again, I've covered these a lot. We are in summer. If you look at the summer periods of that weird mustard orange, we always have a strong market in liquidity. So that's debasement of currency that makes our number go up. Our number go up is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the benchmark asset. And again, we go further out the risk curve. Late summer and fall is all about the risk curve. We'll come on to that. But if you look at the mustard periods, it's always gone up in summer. In fact, so is the NASDAQ. All risk assets always go up. Election years, same thing. Presidential election cycle, all the same thing. And then in fall, we tend to have a good rally, and then we top out eventually. Twice it's been at the end of the year. Once it's been kind of towards the end of the year with that weird double top pattern, which I don't think will be repeated, but everyone has PTSD from. All you fuckers have PTSD because once it didn't extend, and everyone's like, oh my God, I need to sell early. I need to sell early. I get it. I will help you with this. You'll see some of the things, the indicators that will help you. I will try and get you to get that right. I didn't get it right either. I bought ETH call options at the high, expecting it to go. I mean, luckily it was only 5% of my portfolio. I get trolled on Twitter endlessly. Like, he went max long at ETH at the high. No, I didn't. I bought call options, 5% of my portfolio. Failed miserably. But I'll do my best to help. And again, I can't promise anything. Global M2, another indicator of private sector liquidity. Bitcoin and that, very good. We're having a little correction now. I don't think it comes back to 80,000, but who knows? But either way, it's doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. Even better, the GMI total global liquidity, 10-week lead. It's been spot on, kids. Spot on. Will it always be spot on? No idea. But it tells us that we should be early to mid-December, hit 100,000, and then have a bit of a correction. That makes sense because a lot of people square their positions, take profits, etc. Particularly now the institutions are there, they do their rebalancing. So then let's say we'd have a 20% pullback from, I don't know, 100,000 back to 80,000. And then you have the face ripping rally as everybody comes in with a fresh P&L the beginning of the year. And by kind of first week of January, we just start ripping and it becomes unbuyable period of the banana zone. Happened last year, actually. So Bitcoin halving seasons, we're in the pinky one at the bottom. It's now in line with the 2016-17 halving, which is, I think, the most likely outcome, and dragging behind the previous halving because the liquidity was front-end loaded because of the pandemic, and then back-end it got taken out early. This time around, it's more normal. It's very similar to 2016 cycle where liquidity was given by the Chinese and the US didn't add enormous amounts of liquidity. Very similar this time around, trading very similar to that time. Here is that cycle versus today's cycle. And as you can see, very, very similar.
As we just heard, Raoul Pal highlighted the impact of global liquidity on Bitcoin's price. Now, let's dive deeper as he discusses how potential Fed rate cuts and central bank policies could drive Bitcoin to new heights. Let's listen to what Raoul Pal has to say.
Bitcoin seasonality, blah, 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 up. Bananas. Bitcoin last year versus this year, been playing out very similar, bananas. Ethereum now versus the previous periods is following the last cycle in Bitcoin. Now, whether it gets to the target here, 20,000 ETH, who the fuck knows? Doesn't really matter, but directionally, you can see what happens. ETH should accelerate from here. I'm pretty confident that it will. The other thing is back to the macro, because the macro drives everything. The Institute of Supply Managers Survey, the ISM, that's the guide to the business cycle. You know, how much money is your business earning? How much money are you earning? It's all hidden in that thing, and it's still low, which is why a lot of us feel like, oh, the economy is not really working yet. But the forward-looking financial conditions, which is based about rates and the dollar and oil prices, are forward-looking basis, very positive for the business cycle. So we should see a lot of kind of economic activity and feel-good factor within ourselves ahead. So that's very important because it drives altcoin season. We care about altcoin season because that's when you make the big fucking bucks. Altcoin season, here's altcoin's percentage of Bitcoin total market cap. We are likely to, we follow the ISM, it's the ISM I've shown you is going to pick up. Well, what we're going to see is altcoins dominance rising massively and Bitcoin dominance falling, and us being able to make a lot of money in the smaller stuff rather than Bitcoin. Smaller stuff, you know, for me, the bets for me are Solana and Sui, but you all choose your own, whatever that may be. And that's fine. I don't want to argue about what tokens, what here. I'll leave that to you, but don't go out too much out of your ski tips, out of the risk curve. Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, everything else is more speculative. Remember that. So even when I talk about Sui, and you know I'm on the board of Sui, and so I am shilling it, but I'm actually not shilling it because I actually care about being buying it in the open market myself because I think it outperforms everything. You still shouldn't, if you're not a professional and you don't know what you're doing, God's sake, don't overweight this stuff too much. I don't want you to fuck it up because Raoul mentioned Sui a couple of times. Do not do that. Altcoins as a percentage of whether they're outperforming Bitcoin, blah, blah, blah. No, not yet. We're just starting. We had the basing pattern. Now we're going to start. Might be a bit more chopping around, but alt season is here. That's banana zone signature. Crypto market cap, excluding Bitcoin and ETH, breaking out. We should see a gigantic acceleration. Look at the acceleration we had back in 2020. It just exploded from 80 to 1,000. So that's 80 billion to $1 trillion. And we will see something more extraordinary this time, I believe. So let's look at a bit of price action, just because you want to know what's happening. Bitcoin, banana zone. Solana, banana. Hasn't broken the all-time high properly yet. It's kind of messing around, but the all-time high is higher, but banana centrale. Solana versus Bitcoin. So we showed you the Bitcoin chart. Looks great. Look at the Solana chart. It's been stable, but it's been going up since October 2023 or December 2023. It's been outperforming Bitcoin. It's the bet I've had from that period, and it's been a fucking lucky, great bet. Solana on-chain activity is huge. The applications are being built. It's got everybody's attention. This is a wedge pattern. It will break, and it will wildly outperform Bitcoin in the back half of the cycle, the alt season. So that's the one thing to notice. My other bet, and I haven't talked about this publicly, and I haven't done anything publicly really on Real Vision Pro Macro yet, or even GMI, because I've just noticed this chart pattern. This is SUI against Solana. This is one holy mother of God inverted head and shoulders. If this actually breaks, then we've got a gigantic move in SUI versus Sol. So that tells you if it breaks this, then SUI is the chosen one. You know, that's my hunch. And I'm now thinking, and I'm more of a professional risk taker, move more of my assets into this. I do not urge you all to do that because Raoul talked about it. It's speculative because it's early stage. It hasn't got full adoption. There's a lot of caveats. You'll all go, oh yeah, but they've got lockups. Yes, we all know it's all public. That's known knowns. It has a low free float, so it goes up well in a bull market and goes down a lot in a bear market. But I like it. I like what they're building. I like what's going on. I am biased. I'm on the board. But anyway, I look at that chart. Nothing I could do about that chart. It's me, Raoul, shilling. It makes nothing. That chart is that chart. That chart makes me very interested. Doge. This is another one that's in my portfolio, published in Pro Macro, Real Pro Macro, and Global Macro Investor. It's a fucking killer. Doge, it's like clockwork. Captures the attention like clockwork. And every time this part happens, it goes bananas. So Doge probably has a long way to run. That's in my 10% bucket of speculative stuff. The other one is obviously Lord Fishnu himself from the Smoking Chicken Fish. This chart is the giraffe looking over at a zoo fence. It is one of the most famous technical analysis patterns of all time because obviously Lord Fishnu made it so. And if that is the case and it breaks the top, this giraffe is going out of the fence and to the fucking moon.
Raoul Pal offered valuable insights into Bitcoin's trajectory, the influence of global liquidity, and the potential impact of central bank actions on the crypto market. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you believe potential Fed rate cuts could significantly affect Bitcoin's price? How do you see global liquidity shaping the future of cryptocurrency investment? For more Daily Dose Crypto News, check out these 2 awesome videos on your screen. Click now and we will see you on the next video.